GE. Local news and the best talk. News Talk KVNU.
KVNU News Time is 5:03. I'm Bill Walter with this news update brought to you by Bell Medical. A team of students from Ridgeline High School's IT STEM Academy clinched the top spot at the annual IT STEM Hackathon at Bridgerland Technical College and recently received their trophy. The event, held back on February 12th, brought together budding tech enthusiasts for a high-energy competition where they tackled a series of intricate challenges. Spearheaded by the collaborative efforts of BTech and local high schools, the hackathon served as a platform for students to demonstrate their prowess in IT and cybersecurity. Throughout the day-long event, participants engaged in a range of activities, including computer building, data analytics, and service desk scenarios, before facing off in a Capture the Flag challenge. Matthew Foster, IT STEM Program Coordinator at BTech, emphasized the significance of the event in fostering creativity and problem-solving skills among students. Adam Shelton, a Ridgeline High STEM teacher, says the program equips students with industry certifications and practical knowledge, providing them with a head start in their careers. The IT STEM Academy continues to offer opportunities for students across Cache County School District high schools to engage with hands-on learning experiences and prepare for future endeavors in the ever-evolving field of technology. KVNU News Time is 5:04. KVNU weather for tonight. Partly cloudy skies is our forecast. Overnight low tonight in the mid-30s. A slight chance of rain and snow showers after about 3 p.m. tomorrow, but mostly sunny and a high around 50 before that. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, low in the upper 20s, and then mostly sunny into the lower 50s on Thursday. It's been to 56. It's 55 right now at KVNU. There are a lot of spammers and fake companies on social media trying to rip you off when it comes to air duct cleaning. The Duct Hunter, a Logan area company, would love to help with your air duct cleaning. Call the Duct Hunter, 435-770-4813.
Wouldn't it be nice to lose a minimum of 2 to 5 inches of fat, just like that? At Bell Medical, with our uniquely patented FDA-cleared procedures, we are able to permanently remove that stubborn hormonal fat that almost seems impossible to get rid of. And we are able to do it in a way that is so precise. We can guarantee a minimum of 2 to 5 inches of fat loss after one visit with us.
Schedule your free consultation at our bountiful clinic at bellmedical.com and let us make your dreams a reality.
KVNU News Time is 5:06. Buck M. Buck, who pled guilty to the 2021 shooting murder of University of Utah football player Aaron Lowe, has been sentenced in 3rd District Court. He pled guilty for the crime in March, along with an attempted murder charge for shooting a second victim who survived after undergoing surgery for multiple injuries. A judge ruled on Monday that Buck will serve his 2 charges consecutively, 15 years to life in prison for murder and 3 years to life for attempted murder. Buck said in court that he was sorry to the Aaron Lowe family, sorry to his family, and that he was lost and didn't know any better. He said he prays and hopes that one day that people will find it in their hearts to forgive him. Lowe's parents were also in attendance on Monday. The shooting took place at a house party in Salt Lake City during the early morning hours of September 26, 2021. Buck allegedly continued to shoot the suspects even after they lay injured on the ground as he was trying to finish them off. He was arrested 1 week later on October 3rd, 2021. Since then, his court process has played out slowly and with interruption, due in part to residual issues and also in part to the investigation and court proceedings involved in a homicide case. Court documents reveal that prior to the shooting, Buck had spent the last few years in and out of Salt Lake County Jail. And the University of Wyoming is partnering with community colleges to make it easier to become a career and technical educator, or CTE. Wyoming is facing a big shortage of teachers who specialize in career and technical education, and half of the current CTE workforce will be eligible to retire in the next 7 to 10 years. Jenna Shim is interim dean of the University of Wyoming College of Education. She says even one retirement has a big impact in small school districts.
Without sufficient number of teachers, it's hard to provide sufficient number of workforce. Many high school CTE programs are closing because they simply cannot find enough CTE teachers.
Students pursuing an associate degree in a trade will be offered a bridge course to introduce them to the field of CTE. KVNU News Time is 5:08. For more details on these and other stories, visit CashValleyDaily.com.
Hola, amigos. Cache Valley's Cinco de Mayo celebration is almost here. This year, we'll be celebrating Saturday, May 4th at the Cache County Fairgrounds. Join us for a day filled with music and nonstop fun for the whole family. Treat your taste buds with mouth-watering dishes from dozens of authentic vendors, serving up all your favorite Mexican delights. We've got a variety of fun activities for your little ones, from bounce houses to climbing walls and so much more. All are invited, so come experience the richness of the Hispanic culture. Thanks to our sponsors, Members First Credit Union, large enough to provide the services you need, small enough to provide the service you deserve. Gosner Foods, proudly serving the community for nearly 60 years with high-quality dairy products at their 10th West retail store. DD Auto Salvage, turn your scrap metal and junk vehicles into cash at DD Auto Salvage. Presto Products, apply for a career today at Presto Products in Lewiston. It's a celebration you won't want to miss. Cinco de Mayo, May 4th, starting at 12 noon at the Cache County Fairgrounds. Admission is free.
Hey, thrill seekers, we know you love your toys. From boats to dirt bikes, your adventures are what keep life exciting and risky. Every adventure comes with the risk of unexpected disasters. This is Matt Robbins with Quality First Insurance, an Allura Group company. As an independent auto owner's insurance agency, we understand the risks you face. Our agents will ensure you get the coverage that suits your unique needs. Keep the thrill alive and worry-free by calling Quality First today, 435-752-0101.
Hi, John Weiss here. At Heritage Auto, we know how much you value reliability and quality in your car, and there's no better option than a new Ram vehicle. This month, we're celebrating Ram Truck Month. Purchase a 2024 Ram Heavy Duty Bighorn or Tradesman Crew Cab pickup truck with new rollback manufacturer's pricing. That means lower starting MSRPs at $3,500 bonus cash allowance. See why this award-winning lineup of Ram trucks is the toughest and most capable ever. Visit your friends at Heritage Ram, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
You may not be ready for spring cleanup, but your trees are. Hi, this is Chelsea with Whole Tree Care. Call now because we are starting to get real busy. Let our guys come trim your trees and shrubs, and I can assure you, when the weather warms up and your trees leaf out, you'll love the way they look. Also, if any of your trees suffered winter damage from heavy snow or wind, let us come clean it up. Call 760-6587. Call now while visibility is perfect. Whole Tree Care, HULL Tree Care, 760-6587.
Feels like Tuesday. Tuesday has no feel.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People, hour 2 of today's show, and I'm Jason Williams. I'm having the time of my life right now because a first in the KVNU studios, probably even ever. I know it's a first in my 16 years here, but I'm petting a dog while I talk to you right now. I am scratching...
And a very sweet dog.
Very much. I'm scratching behind the ears right now of Lola, who is a dog sheltered currently at the Cache Humane Society, and she needs a home. If you keep an eye on our Facebook page after the show tonight, I'm going to post some pictures of what we're doing here in the studio. Short version, Lola is about to make us some art. We set up in between hours here with a blanket on the floor, some paper towels, some giant puppy paint pads, and Mother's Day cards. This is part of a really creative fundraiser that the Cache Humane Society is has launched and is running until May 12th. Do I have that right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. In the studio with us, Stacy Frisk, who is the current executive director of, and longtime, I just realized, executive director of the Cache Humane Society. How many years now?
9 years.
9
and
years.
It's been a wonderful, amazing 9 years of finding homes for thousands of fantastic pets.
That has to be so fulfilling. And then also fulfilling has to be watching Cache Humane grow in its influence and the number of animals you can help each year. From that, finally, after years of working towards it, a new building out there in a great location and a really cool services. Cache Humane, of course, is a no-kill shelter. They depend on community support through grants and more to stay in operation. But without you all out there listening right now, they wouldn't be able to do this. So whether you are interested in a Mother's Day card made by a shelter pet or not, open your wallets if you can for the Cache Humane Society. CacheHumane.org. There's a big donate button there. A lot of other ways you can get involved as well, and we'll talk about those in a bit. But again, Stacy and Bree have brought Lola to the studio today. Lola is up for adoption, and I'll post some pictures of Lola on our Facebook page after. And we're going to make some puppy cards. Stacy, if you can, tell us how this Mother's Day fundraiser works.
Yeah, so Lola is here to demonstrate. Lola is about 2 years old. She's a shepherd mix.
She's beautiful.
65 pounds of snuggles and fluff.
I can attest to that. I've been snuggled 3 times already.
Yep. So she's here to show you the process in action. We have these big, colorful, pet-safe ink pads that she'll dip her paws in. And then those will go onto some canvas to turn into some nice Mother's Day themed artwork. And for anyone,
very cool.
For anyone who goes to our website, there's a simple form to fill out with a personalized message and your mom's mailing address, and she will get a custom piece of art made by a shelter pet this year.
That is so one-of-a-kind art, celebrating Mother's Day in a very unique way, and helping not just Lola and the other artists, but the shelter at large. Details on how to be a part of this, by the way, again, at cachehumane.org. But I will say this, it is cheap. You would spend more than this on a generic, not made by a dog Mother's Day card. And so I'm excited to highlight this. Again, celebrating Mother's Day with Cache Humane. And you can find out more at cachehumane.org. It's simple, though, $10.
We're asking people to set up a $10 a month reoccurring donation.
Sure.
Yes. And then that money
cheaper
every
than
month.
Netflix.
Cheaper than Netflix. Yep. And that money stays here in Cache Valley. We are an independent Cache Valley-based nonprofit, and it will go directly to the care of pets in our facility.
That is, again, one of the most unique facilities in the state. So much so that I know Cache Humane has been modeled in other parts of the state. I actually talked to some state lawmakers about that during the legislative session. They said there are 2 nonprofits in Cache Valley that a lot of other areas in the state are looking at and wanting to kind of recreate CAPSA and the Cache Humane. And I was really, it was fun to hear that. What makes Cache Humane so unique? Sorry. I mean, is it a goal to try and do things a bit differently? Is it just something that sort of happened and worked? Or
I think Cache Humane in our culture is really an extension of what we have here in Cache Valley, which is a wonderful community with an agricultural heritage, a love of animals, a love of the outdoors, a desire to support each other here in our community. And we're just grateful to be a part of that culture and to reflect that culture at our organization.
That is a great comment from a listener right now. Can we actually ask to see Lola if we go down to Cache Humane tomorrow? I would assume yes, right? If you want to see Lola, you can actually request Lola. And let me tell you, this just barely under 2-year-old Shepherd Mix needs a home. This is one of the sweetest dogs. And we should explain this, too. This is a dog that just came into probably one of the noisiest and crowded places in the valley. You have a sports show happening next door, which I'm sure she can hear. The engineers are still working on our upgrade and remodel out there in the hallway. Most of the sales staff was here to greet her when we came in the door, and she loves everybody. So this is a good dog for a family if you're looking for one.
Absolutely.
Again, we're here with Executive Director Stacy Frisk, and Bree is on the floor right now getting the puppy paint pads ready. Bill's got his camera ready, and we're going to make some dog art here. Again, for listeners, we're highlighting a really creative fundraiser going on at Cash Humane right now. Send some love with a handmade card by a shelter pet. And that is literally what you get for a monthly recurring donation of $10. Or if that doesn't fit your budget and you'd rather just do it once, $120, a one-time gift to cover the year, you get a handmade by a shelter pet Mother's Day card addressed and messaged for your recipient, your mom, somebody else's mom. Very cool stuff, and the link is right there on the homepage at cashhumane.org. This is, again, a no-kill shelter. They've operated here in Cache Valley for decades. Stacy served as executive director for 9 years now, as we've just learned. There are a lot of different ways you can get involved. I want to point this out, too, for listeners. If you're not interested for any reason in the Mother's Day card or any of the specific upcoming fundraisers we'll talk about, they do also, Cash Humane has a shelter wish list, online wish lists through Walmart's Spark Good and Amazon's wish list as well. You all know how this works. You connect the wish list to your own Amazon account. Anytime you make a purchase, a little bit of that purchase goes back to your nonprofit of choice, and you can list Cash Humane. They also accept blankets, towels, used pet supplies, and more, though please coordinate with them on that. And you can volunteer your time as well. This is great.
Yep, I just handed some of our draft art over.
I love that. We have a draft Mother's Day card made by Lola while we've been talking here with some nicely done little paw prints there, Lola. That's a sure hand. This is an experienced artist.
Yeah, and then there will be doodling, and she will sign her artwork, and it'll be a full piece of custom art going to your mom this Mother's Day.
That is very nice. I'm looking at the supplies you have here. You guys have planned really well for this. This is something that I can see you've been thinking about for a while. You have. Where do you even get these paw-sized pads of ink? That is so cool.
Amazon. Yeah,
really?
Yep. And we
have to stock up.
Yeah. Paw print art is just a ton of fun at our shelter. We will be getting help making this art from our junior volunteers, which is a program you've talked about in the past.
I love that program.
Yes, it's an after-school program. It's a semester-long. Students sign up to commit 1 day of service a week for the length of the semester. And they come out directly from school and help us at the shelter.
And that can be anything, right? From helping to clean to walking the dogs to even helping with some of the veterinarian care that goes on there.
Yep.
We should mention this as well. I think most people know this, but save you way more than $1. The clinics still happen regularly at the shelter as well.
Absolutely. Yes, and we have actually expanded. We've nearly doubled the number of spays and neuters that we're able to help with the community, and those spots do fill up very quickly. Those appointments are booked on our website, again, cashhumane.org. And you do not need an appointment. It is walk-in for vaccinations through our community clinic, open every Monday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Just show up with your pet on a leash or in a carrier, and we will get them vaccinated. And it's extremely affordable. Our rates are on our website.
Yeah.
No hidden fees, no exam charges, just affordable vaccinations and microchips every Monday and Thursday. Come on down.
And it really will save you quite a bit of money.
Yes.
I'm a lifer when it comes to your services for all of my pets.
Yep.
But cashhumane.org, again, the website. You can learn more about the Mother's Day fundraiser. Get a Mother's Day card handmade. Oh, flowers. This is great. Bill, you've got to get an updated photo here. They've turned the puppy pad prints into flowers for the card. We'll post these to our Facebook page, including some photos of Lola, who I think has gotten bored with talk radio. She's just done. She made her art, and she wants a treat.
She is. She's laying down right under my feet.
Head. In fact, I have to get a picture of that.
Oh, okay.
This is a lot of fun. For listeners, again, we're highlighting this program that is happening right now up until May 12th. Cash Humane running a Mother's Day fundraiser. Send a fun card to your mom, someone else's mom, handmade by a shelter pet. Monthly recurring donation of $10. That's all it takes to get one of these. And to call it an original is kind of an understatement. And you can do this up until May 12th. Cash Humane has a lot going on this year, though. Other ways you can get involved and helped. As we mentioned, the junior program, information on that at cashhumane.org as well. You can also email volunteers at cashhumane.org for more information or a general question about volunteering. And in the studio with us, Executive Director Stacy Frisk, and Bree there on the floor with Lola, who's now sleeping, which I don't blame you. Sometimes I put myself to sleep in the middle of the show, Lola. And we'll be back with more right after this.
Intermountain Budge ENT Clinic has an experienced and caring team of physicians and staff to assist you with all of your ear, nose, and throat concerns, including head and neck surgery. Doctors Kaiser and Wilson and their staff at Intermountain Budge ENT Clinic will work together to provide excellent care and support throughout the entire surgery process, from your pre-op visit to your full recovery. And they accept all insurance. For more information about Doctors Kaiser or Wilson, search Budge Clinic ENT or call 435-716-1420. Local care with Intermountain expertise.
Wednesday edition Clay Travis Buck Sexton Show. You've officially entered May. What is the absolute latest on the polls? How is Trump looking as we continue with the outrageous lawfare in New York City? Plus, are these college protests ever going to end? We will discuss all that and more. Come hang with us Wednesday edition, Clay and Buck.
10 to 1 on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM at 610 AM.
Stomach cancer is often misdiagnosed as acid reflux, indigestion, or an ulcer. Because of this, most stomach cancers are found in late stages when there are little to no options left for treatment. I'm not a healthcare provider, just a young mother who lost her husband to this cruel disease. If you or a loved one is experiencing persistent symptoms that can be really common, such as heartburn, having trouble swallowing, or indigestion, you should seek help with a gastroenterologist as soon as possible. You can also contact nostomachforcancer.org for more information.
What makes essential workers essential?
We keep where you work and live clean and safe.
We harvest fresh produce for your families to eat.
We help you heal when you're sick.
Essential workers help our nation run. You're in every corner of our country and come from all over the globe. I'm Marty Walsh. The Wage and Hour Division at the Department of Labor helps ensure you receive the essential protections you deserve. Visit our website or call 866-4US-WAGE.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Labor.
He won't come. He's too busy.
Jenny, of course he'll come.
Happy birthday!
Dad!
I know. You guys didn't think I'd make it, but come on. Could I really miss my son's birthday? Here you go, Dan.
Thanks, Dad. But today's Jenny's birthday.
Give me that. Happy birthday, Jenny!
Need to get closer to your family?
Nice football, Dad.
Give your family everything. Give them your time. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People. Cash Humane Society Executive Director Stacy Frisk here in the studio with us. Bree and Lola there on the floor. Bree is handling, I guess we should say, Lola, although Lola does not need much handling. This is one of the best-natured dogs I have ever met. Unperturbed by all the noise from our construction and upgrades happening here at the station. All the sales staff that were standing right inside the door waiting to greet her when she came in for the interview today. If you need a dog, a beautiful shepherd mix, barely under 2 years old, this is a dog that would be great with kids and a family. Lola is available for adoption, along with hundreds of other pets at Cash Humane Society. You can find more information on adoption, by the way, at cashhumane.org. Today, specifically, we're talking about ways you can get involved. from the dog art made by Shelter Pets. I'm looking at some of it here that was made right here in our studio before the break. They are running a Mother's Day fundraiser at Cash Humane for a $10 monthly recurring donation or a $120 one-time gift. You can get a Shelter Pet made, one-of-a-kind Mother's Day card addressed and messaged for your mom, for someone else's mom, and you can find more information right there on the homepage at cashhumane.org. But we've also, Stacey, we talked a little bit about the junior program, which is great. High school kids volunteering some time after school to help clean or walk the dogs or even help with adoption clinics and more. Also, donations in general. You don't have to be a part of the Mother's Day card donation if that's not your thing. Be a part of their Amazon wish list. Make a one-time or a monthly recurring gift of any amount that you can afford. Also, businesses out there, they're also always looking for partners and long-term commitment supporters. So more information, again, in the Donate and Support tab there at cashhumane.org. But you mentioned, Stacey, one last thing we have to get to here. You mentioned a really cool kind of get out and about program.
Yeah, so if you go to our website under Get Involved and click on our volunteer tab, you'll have information there about becoming a day trip volunteer. And that means you come into the shelter, you get some training in dog handling, and then we send you out into the community with an adoptable dog in a harness with a cute little Adopt Me vest on. And we encourage you to visit pet-friendly businesses. We encourage you to go for walks and to help find those dogs their next home. And we have had quite a few dogs meet their future family out on these day trips. So,
I can imagine.
Yeah.
There's something about, I tell you, if I was not already at the legal limit in the city I live in, Lola would be going home with me tonight, because you meet the dogs, you learn just a little bit about their personalities.
Yep.
And if you're looking for a dog, have the space for a dog, that is the way to do it. And also, I like this. In fact, I might be reaching out to you because this take a dog on a day trip thing, this sounds fun for the humans, too.
Oh, yeah. And when our day trip volunteers come back, they give us more information about how that dog handled the car ride.
Oh, makes sense.
If, that 2-mile hike wore them out, or if they'd love to go for another 10. And then that's information we can use to help find the perfect home for that dog.
That makes sense.
So it's a great cooperative relationship we have with these volunteers in the community. And it's a growing, wonderful program. We invite everyone to get on our website and sign up for our next orientation. And we'll get you out the door with a friendly shelter dog.
That is, Lola, by the way, I think has an interest in journalism. She's decided she's going to go hang out with the news team here in the studio. So maybe when we go to the news, Bill, Lola will read the first story and see what happens.
Sure. Yeah, we'll audition her.
I love this. Honestly, what a great job, dog, and what a great example of the animals needing homes there at the Cash Humane Society's shelter. Spread the word. Even if you don't need a dog, even if a donation doesn't fit in your budget, spreading the word about these programs, about the Mother's Day card donation, Mother's Day cards made by Shelter Pets, volunteer opportunities, and more. Because, again, Cash Humane depends entirely on community support, and it's such a unique shelter and a unique nonprofit at large. So please support them. CashHumane.org, and get down there. Tell everyone you know that Lola is waiting for a home at Cash Humane, because this dog needs to have a permanent place. That is too sweet of a personality. I love that. Stacey and Bree, thanks to you as well for coming in. Hey,
Thank you for having us.
Lola, hey, thanks for coming to the studio today. She could care less. She's like, I'm done. I made my art. I talked to the radio guys. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. Trying to get back to her buddies at the shelter. She loves our other shelter dogs as well. She loves to play.
That is so cool.
She'd be great in a home with other dogs.
Oh, she's going to stretch out.
Yeah,
you
she's such a sweetheart.
You can take her out to play with the horses out back.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for having us.
Thank you very much for your time, to all of you, Lola included, and to our listeners for being here as well. One more time, cashhumane.org for details on the Shelter Pet handmade Mother's Day cards. This is running up until May 12th. If you missed that or aren't interested, there are many other ways you can get involved. Donating your time, being a part of the day trip program, donating just outright, whatever you can. Sign up for their Amazon wish list with your Amazon purchases. All of that information, again, at cashhumane.org. And we'll be back with more after the news with KVNU's Bill Walter.
Thank you, Jason and friends. KVNU News Time is 5:32, and the news is brought to you by Logan Extermination. Utah State University's 137th commencement is happening Thursday and Friday of this week. This year's commencement speaker, Gail Miller, is owner of the Larry H. Miller Company and a renowned philanthropist. She will receive an honorary doctorate. Also receiving honorary degrees will be Darren Perry, former chairman of the Northwestern Band of the Shoshone Nation, and Bruce Carlson, retired general in the U.S. Air Force and now chair of the Space Dynamics Lab Board of Directors and chair of the SDL Guidance Council. The annual procession from the quad will begin at 8:15 a.m. Thursday, arriving in time for the commencement ceremony, which begins at 9 a.m. in the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum. Hooding ceremonies and college invocations will begin Thursday afternoon and run through Friday, May 3rd. In addition to awarding honorary degrees, the commencement ceremony will also include faculty awards and speeches by students and dignitaries. A broadcast of the ceremony will be available on AggieCast, and there's also a complete schedule of events at the USU commencement website, usu.edu/commencement. KVNU News Time is 5:34.
Do you have a nasty weed problem? We have the right person for you. Sir, you work for Logan Extermination, don't you? Can you help these folks get rid of pesky dandelions?
Of course I can help. I am the Terminator. I will terminate those little yellow devils in your yard. Call me at Logan Extermination, 752-8450.
May special. Terminate your weeds and green up your lawn for only $45, based on maximum 5,000 square feet.
The Cache Valley Public Shooting Range continues to grow in scope for area sportsmen. New to the facility this year is the Shotgun Building, and the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources is holding an open house on May 11th for the public to show it off. The shooting range is located at 2851 West, 200 North in Logan. Shooting range manager Stephen Bassett says the old Shotgun Building had been in place for some 30 years, and they felt like there was a need for it to be updated. He said the new building near the shotgun range is a welcome upgrade and provides more room for the public and shooting sports groups to mingle before or after shooting. He said the new facility will provide a space for group meetings and hunter education classes as well, and brings a new feel to the shotgun range. The Cache Valley Public Shooting Range has become a popular, all-encompassing facility. If it can be shot, there is a safe place to do it. KVNU News Time is 5:35. We'll check the weather next.
ABC News, I'm Daria Albinger. The mayor of New York City says pro-Palestinian protesters who took over a building at Columbia University are not affiliated with the school, and they've created serious public safety issues.
We urge those and everyone else violating Columbia's order to leave the area and leave the area now.
The demonstrations are taking part on campuses across the country.
We also have specific demands for this university to divest from Israel, to implement full financial transparency and disclosure, and to boycott all Israeli products.
He's taking part in a demonstration at the University of North Carolina. House Democrats say they will support Speaker Mike Johnson if his Republican colleagues bring a motion to the floor for him to vacate the position. More than 50 people have been injured, 2 of them critically, when an LA Metro light rail train and a University of Southern California bus collided. This is ABC News.
KVNU weather for tonight, partly cloudy skies is our forecast, and the overnight low in the mid-30s, around 35 degrees. Slight chance of rain and snow showers in the afternoon tomorrow. Also some sunshine, though, high near 50, and then partly cloudy Wednesday night. Another cold night around 29 degrees, and then mostly sunny into the low 50s on Thursday. It's been to 56. It's 55 right now at KVNU. KVNU weather brought to you by Roof Rescue, dedicated to keeping your home safe and dry from minor repairs to complete roof replacement. Celebrating 10 years of providing watertight peace of mind. RoofRescueUSA.com or call 435-999-4268. You can always get more news at CashValleyDaily.com.
Hola, amigos. Cache Valley's Cinco de Mayo celebration is almost here. This year, we'll be celebrating Saturday, May 4th at the Cache County Fairgrounds. Join us for a day filled with music and non-stop fun for the whole family. Treat your taste buds with mouth-watering dishes from dozens of authentic vendors, serving up all your favorite Mexican delights. We've got a variety of fun activities for your little ones, from bounce houses to climbing walls, and so much more. All are invited, so come experience the richness of the Hispanic culture. Thanks to our sponsors, Members First Credit Union, large enough to provide the services you need, small enough to provide the service you deserve. Gosner Foods, proudly serving the community for nearly 60 years with high-quality dairy products at their 10th West retail store. DD Auto Salvage, turn your scrap metal and junk vehicles into cash at DD Auto Salvage. Presto Products, apply for a career today at Presto Products in Lewiston. It's a celebration you won't want to miss. Cinco de Mayo, May 4th, starting at 12 noon at the Cache County Fairgrounds. Admission is free.
Here's Chad Norton, the lawn doctor, with a tip for your lawn.
Green grass will be here soon this spring. We are excited to continue to offer our 2-service soil enrichment package. Here's what our customers have noticed: improved water retention, reduced compaction, stimulated root growth, and an increase in nutrient and fertilizer uptake, resulting in a greener and healthier lawn throughout the season. Sign up early and get the second service half off.
Watering help, weed, fertilizer, and pest control. Call the lawn doctor at 753-LAWN or go to lawndoctor.com.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Utah knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Utah needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
One smile is great, but one smile in a community of smiles is so much better. A smile has a secret power that most people don't know about. A smile multiplies. It spreads from one person to the next, stretching across entire groups of people. Smile Train knows this and is proud to be creating a wave of smiles across the cleft lip and palate community in over 70 countries. Patients, doctors, advocates, fundraisers. Collectively, our smiles are a celebration of the transformed lives of over 1.5 million children. Learn how Smile Train is helping the cleft lip and palate community at smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
For 248 years, proud patriots have defended our freedom as American soldiers. One of the best ways to honor their service is through the Army Historical Foundation's Registry of the American Soldier. Open to all Army veterans, this free registry allows veterans or a loved one on their behalf to create a permanent public record of their service. No soldier's story should be forgotten. Learn more at armyhistory.org. That's armyhistory.org. Sponsored by Army Historical Foundation, Inc.
Wednesday edition Clay Travis Buck Sexton Show. You've officially entered May. What is the absolute latest on the polls? How is Trump looking as we continue with the outrageous lawfare in New York City? Plus, are these college protests ever going to end? We will discuss all that and more. Come hang with us Wednesday edition, Clay and Buck.
10 to 1 on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM. The Above and Beyond Salute.
Hello. Yeah, good morning. Is Deputy Davies there?
Yeah, this is she.
Are you a deputy with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, I am.
Several months ago, a listener contacted us and said that you're always courteous to people and that you try to help someone regardless of their circumstances. And so we just wanted to call and tell you thanks for what you do in our community and give you free lunch to Firehouse Set.
Okay, that just made my whole day. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you.
The Above and Beyond Salute on News Talk KVNU.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People. We forgot to mention this while we were... I was so distracted by the dog. We had a dog in the studio, Bill. Do you know how cool that is?
Yeah, very nice young Lola.
Yeah, that is... keep an eye out on our Facebook page and at CashValleyDaily.com. Some pictures will go up there soon of Lola. Here,
You got the best picture of her. I tried, but she just was looking this way, looking that, and then...
It was really a pretty good artist, too.
Yeah.
So this was kind of the funny part of that. For those who couldn't see everything behind the scenes, it was clear that Lola had done this before. I don't know if everyone out there has a dog. If you have a dog, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's the look your dog gives you when you make them do something and they're just like, all right, okay, fine, weirdo. I'll do it. I don't know why he asked me to do this. And that was sort of Lola's approach to making art. She did it. She enjoyed it. Her tail was wagging. She was enjoying herself. And then at a certain point, she was done. No, you got my puppy prints. I made some art. I'm going to lay down here where you can't make me do that. Just a little bit away. Cutest dog, though. And yeah, I'll post some pictures of Lola making art here in our studio. One more time, this is part of Cash Humane Society's Mother's Day fundraiser. Where they, for a very, very cheap donation, recurring donation of $10 a month, cheaper than Netflix, or a single donation of $120 covering the whole year, you can get a Mother's Day card made by a shelter pet, addressed and messaged to the person of choice with the message you want to include. And Cash Humane will be sending these out. This fundraiser runs up until May 12th. They need some time to finish it all up and make sure they go out on time for Mother's Day. And so up until May 12th, get a shelter pet made Mother's Day card, one of a kind, each one, sent to your mom, to someone else's mom, or even if you just want one for your own wall. I was thinking about that as we watched this play out here in the studio. I kind of want to buy one of these just as wall art, and especially if it was made by Lola. And again, we had a listener ask if you go down to Cash Humane. We didn't talk about this either. So this is a cool story. So Stacy, yesterday when we were talking about this interview, in an email she said we'll be bringing, I forget the dog's name now, with us. There's one of our shelter pets up for adoption, and we'll be bringing her down. She'll make some art in your studio while we do the interview. And I said, great.
You mean other than Lola?
Yes. But here's the cool story. So that as they were about to leave for the station today to come up here from just down the street, actually, at Cash Humane, someone came in, fell in love with that dog, and took that dog home. That dog was adopted. And so Lola was the backup artist.
Oh, okay.
And so Lola instead got her time in the spotlight. And please,
and hopefully that will lead to Lola's adoption very soon.
I asked Stacy to let us know if Lola was adopted because this is honestly a really, really good dog. She needs a home. I'll post some photos of Lola here in the studio and in the hallways and back with the engineers and with our sales team. And then finally, during the interview, making art here in the studio on our Facebook page after the show tonight. So be sure and check that out. And again, support Cash Humane Society. Adopting pets, of course, is their main purpose. But they also run these clinics. They have Neuter Mania coming up. We'll be talking more with Stacy about that because I think that's one of the funniest names for a fundraiser.
The name itself is
Neuter Mania.
Hilarious.
Yep, and that's coming up, I think, in June. And these day trips, I think this is the coolest idea. I don't know of another shelter that does this, by the way, and it's so creative. But if you go to cashhumane.org, click on Get Involved, and then in that drop-down menu, Volunteer, you'll see information on this and all the ways you can volunteer your time, even if it's just a random Saturday or a recurring weekly thing or monthly thing. You can coordinate with them and even offer up your time, even if it's just once on a Saturday afternoon, via volunteer at cashhumane.org. But also on that page, cashhumane.org, click on Get Involved, and then scroll down, click on Volunteer. You can read about this doggy day trip program. I seriously think I'm going to do this. You sign up. You have to be, only requirements, you have to be 18 years of age, and you have to be, pet savvy somewhat. Someone who knows dogs. You also, of course, have to be able to handle pet hair, pet dander, things like that. You can't be allergic to dogs. And then you have, working with Cash Humane, you pick up the shelter pet, you take them out on a day trip with a cute little harness that says Adopt Me on it. And the idea behind this is, of course, increasing the number of dogs they're adopting as a no-kill shelter. But also it helps them learn a bit more about the dogs, as Stacy said, how they act out in public, how they act around cars or noise, and then that can help them find the right family for that dog to adopt. So very cool. Also, while you're there, read about their Volunteer Animal Care Corps. This is a really unique program that actually helps people build their resume, learning how to care for shelter animals. And current staff members at the shelter, of course, were once volunteers, now full-time employed there at the shelter. But also they have trained vets at the Cash Humane Society. People who've gone on to veterinarian school or even done internship hours as veterinarian students at colleges all around the West have interned and gotten some experience at Cash Humane Society. So a lot of cool things going on there. Right now, though, again, it is the Mother's Day cards made by Shelter Pets. Very cheap, a very fun way to celebrate Mother's Day if you celebrate. Even if you don't celebrate, though, I've seen these made right here in front of me. And this is something that would look cool on a wall. I'll post the pictures to our Facebook page. And stay tuned. More of KVNU's For the People coming up right after this.
Hi, I'm Jay Broadbent with Alpine Home Medical. There's a story that came to us from a real customer, and I wanted to share it with you.
We came in looking for a scooter for our mother. The staff at Alpine showed us different options for scooters and battery-operated wheelchairs and helped us find one that was easy for her to handle and easy for us to get in and out of her car. They have fabulous customer service.
We love hearing about your experiences. Visit us online at alpinehomemedical.com.
This is the Sean Hannity Show.
There's one thing going into this election year we've got to just stand back and marvel at. All conventional political gravity that would normally apply to a presidential candidate does not apply to Donald Trump. They have made Donald Trump, they've done the impossible. A fighter like Donald Trump, they've turned into a sympathetic figure.
Sean Hannity, weekday afternoons from 1 to 4 on News Talk KVNU.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People. A quick reminder, I have been forgetting to promote this, and I'm going to do my best, bill the rest of the week to promote this, but reminder that coming up this coming Monday, May 6th, we are hosting a radio town hall with Congressman Blake Moore. Congressman Moore has been, according to his staff, this is responding to constituent requests, and they've done some kind of creative things, from teletown halls that they've been doing for about a year now, at different times. Town halls oftentimes are scheduled in the evening, as ours will be here on the radio on Monday. And that doesn't work for everybody. So Congressman Moore's office over the last year and a half has been trying. They've done teletown halls at noon, at 6 o'clock. They did one at 8 o'clock at night to try and make it more convenient for a later crowd. They've done early morning town halls in person and the teletown halls. And I really respect that. And I don't mean to throw shade at any other federal delegates from Utah, but there are a couple who seem to be in-person town hall allergic. I'll put it that way. And I think that is wrong. I think you're elected to do a job, I think, whether it's comfortable or not. And even when we've done these radio town halls with Congressman Moore, they haven't always been comfortable. They are unscripted. We do, screen the callers to make sure they're not calling just to heckle or waste everyone's time. Ask them what they're calling about. But Congressman Moore has no idea what the callers are going to call about. He doesn't have the answers prepared. And they are fascinating conversations. So I'd just like to give him a shout out for doing that. And again, every member of Congress should be required to do this. It's socially required. It's socially expected. But, if a certain member of Congress just decides not to, what do you do? And also United States senators. Senator Mike Lee has not been a big fan of in-person town halls. He doesn't end up looking good. And so they kind of script these a little bit with last-minute announcements for his teletown halls. I know that because I get the texts for his teletown halls, which is funny because I'd probably be the biggest troublemaker just because it irritates me that they send out the announcement in a text 30 minutes before it starts. To reduce crowd size. No, hold it at a giant venue and promote it for weeks. That should be the obligation of members of Congress, my opinion. Anyway, little rant distraction there. Again, Congressman Moore will be with us this Monday, 5 to 6 p.m., the second hour of our show, for a radio town hall. And what that means is that this will be broadcast throughout the district, which we now cover. The district used to be a bit differently shaped before redistricting. That happened in 2020 and was signed off on in 2021 by the legislature. And it did include parts of Vernal, and we used to team up with our friend Steve there at KVEL. They've since redrawn the boundary, moved it just a little bit, and so now here at KVNU we cover the entirety of the district with our broadcast, AM and FM. But Steve at KVEL in Vernal, if you're listening by chance, he's not. But if by chance you are, we miss you, and you're still welcome to rebroadcast these. I'll send you the audio afterwards. But again, this will be a teletown hall here on our airwaves, meaning the studio lines will be our same studio line. If you want to write it down now, 753-5868. And over the weekend, think of your question for Congressman Blake Moore. Let's see if we can get this entire hour, 5 to 6 on Monday, filled with questions from people here in Cache Valley, Rich County, and Box Elder County, and, if some from Weber and Davis. I feel the Weber and Davis Wasatch Front area, they get enough attention from our elected officials. So we'll just don't tell them about this. I'm kidding. If you're from Weber, if you're listening from Weber County right now, you're more than welcome to call in. Davis County as well. But this is primarily for Cache residents, Rich County residents, and Box Elder County residents on Monday, 5 to 6 p.m. here on KVNU's For the People. We'll rearrange the breaks a bit to give us the most time with Congressman Moore, so expect a different schedule that day. And we'll have an hour uninterrupted, unscripted, with your calls on Monday, again, starting at 5 o'clock, hour 2 of the show. All right. My promise to myself and others after a listener once complained that the show sometimes was, quote, a bit heavy with, and I think this was one of the shows where we had a couple of guests and I was just kind of going through the headlines of the day. But a listener said that was a downer. Please don't ever do that again. And so I told myself I'm going to start wrapping up every show, whether it's heavy or not, with some lighthearted random news. And man, do I have a collection of you today. One is it wouldn't have been funny, but now it is because things ended well. But in Washington community, state of Washington, not D.C., a zebra got loose near a highway exit, And the zebra has since been corralled and returned to the zoo. This is a kind of a drive-through zoo in Washington State. Can you imagine that, Bill? You're just on your morning commute. You know, this was a highway, so it had stoplights and things like that. So you're sitting at a stoplight there, maybe like the ones out on 89, 91 here in Cache Valley. You're just on your morning commute. You're just doing your thing. And then a zebra gallops by in the emergency lane. And you have to say to yourself, did I just...
Yeah, I know I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night.
Was that a zebra?
Or am I seeing things? Or
can you imagine? Well, apparently that's kind of what happened. A lot of people, in fact, the news story from Associated Press, I'm linking to it on our Facebook page because you have to hear the audio that they got with permission of some of the calls to the county sheriff and 911 because you can actually hear it in the people's voices. The question mark. Listener said, one of the callers said, I just saw a zebra on the highway. That's actually how this woman's, the tone of, or the inflection in her sentence sounds. She's not sure herself that
what she saw.
But yes, it was a zebra. And again, it wouldn't be funny if it had ended tragically with the zebra or in an accident with a car. The zebra was corralled without incident other than a few confused morning commuters. And thankfully that zebra was returned and is back at the drive-through shelter there at, or Animal Refuge, I guess they call it, in Washington State. So, one last funny story, also animal related. I found this one when I found the zebra one. But a missing Utah cat that apparently was a huge fan of cardboard boxes was found at an Amazon Returns warehouse. It was very dehydrated, but the 6-year-old house cat from Utah was found safely in California and taken back to its owners here in Utah.
Yeah, I read that story earlier. I wondered how did the kitty breathe? I mean, were there holes in the box?
I don't know.
Something? I don't know.
Somehow this poor cat made it all the way to California in an Amazon box, a return box, and they found the cat. They got a hold of the addressee, and the cat has been returned. True story. I've linked to it on our Facebook page, but how a Utah cat was returned by Amazon workers this week. Imagine that. Oh, hey, I accidentally sent you my cat. Can you get that back to me? That's our show for today. Thanks to all of our guests, to all of our listeners. Stay tuned. Dave Ramsey is next here on KVNU Logan.